Do you think Hasan's stream on YouTube today will be actually bigger than his normal stream on Twitch? No. If he breaks 20K, I consider that to be a huge W. 23,000 live viewers? He's at 92K, just updated again. He's at 95K. The Zionists are accidentally going to make Hasan more ambitious. I think Twitch Hasan was the worst mistake they ever could have made. Let's be completely honest for why Hasan was banned. All right, Hasan was banned for criticizing ICE. Let's be clear about that. The reason why they're going after Hasan is because of how powerful we are. And they're scared. That's why they bought TikTok. But here's the thing. We'll just move. We'll get around it. Personally, I think it's dumb as I think it's dumb as but we have to be smarter than that. It is directly in the rules. You can't do that. I think it's absurd. Twitch thinks they're reading the room by copying TikTok. No, this is a rule that's been in place for a while, chat. You're not allowed to say Zionist name of animal. It's just literally, it's been a rule since they banned Frogan and her panel. That TOS is dumb as I could say Democrat pig or Republican pig. Hell, I could say American pig, but I'm not allowed to say Zionist. That's insane. Now, I want you to understand that is, in my opinion, more damaging to Jewish people than actually censoring it. And I think this is why it's important to understand that the movement of Zionism is a movement of fascism, because they think banning people for saying this is going to make people intimidated, and it will not. It's the brain of a fascist where they're like, oh, we're just going to make rules, and if you break the rules, it's going to make you like us. People do not like that. It does not work. And the reason why they're saying you can't criticize, you can't say Zionist in the name of animal is because that's anti-Semitic. Now, I know a lot of people that are Zionists who are not Jewish. So how the can it be anti-Semitic to say Zionist name of animal? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You're not allowed to, I also don't get it. Are you not allowed to say Zionist tiger? Is that a bannable offense? I legitimately don't know. I don't know. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense to me. Isn't Asmongold calling Somalis parasites every single day? Well, you're allowed to say, as far as I understand, you're allowed to say British pig. You're allowed to say liberal pig. You're allowed to say communist pig. You're allowed to say nationalist pig. You're allowed, I think you're allowed to say Islamist pig. Anyway, okay, why did I say this? So Hasan says you could say Nazi pig on Twitch. You could say Democrat pig. You could say Republican pig. You could say Islamist pig. You cannot say Zionist. The ADL, which is an arm of Israel suppression in the West that works with law enforcement and does espionage, has made it a bannable offense. And he just yoinked my argument. They want people to become Nazis and fascists. Fascists are his biggest supporters. Oh, I mean, that's true. That's true. I mean, Nick Fuentes supports Netanyahu. I mean, there's really no, the only reason Nick Fuentes even pretends to be against is because normal people look at what Israel is doing and they're disgusted. And the only people that were fighting against it were the left. So, like most fascists, they just opportunistically tried to grab onto that successful messaging and convert it to their own. But they don't actually oppose it. They just want to do what Israel's doing in America. That's it. He's banned for 3 days. They reduced it already. I got banned on Twitch for 7 days, 3 with an appeal because of the ADL doesn't like that I was covering DHS's new surveillance list of domestic terrorists, which entail anti-ICE and pro-Palestine activists. I will be live here tomorrow at 11 a.m. PST for my regular broadcast and will cover the ICE out of LA protests. I will not be deterred, and neither should you. F ICE, F Israel. I mean, obviously, here's the thing. The ADL doesn't think of the right as a threat. They're not, because they're not a threat. Nick Fuentes supports what Donald Trump does as an imperialist. Is an important part of America's imperialist structure. So, of course, Nick Fuentes pretending to be anti-Israel is not real. You understand that? Of course it's not real. How could it be anti-Semitic when most Zionists are Christian? Yes, good question. Twitch updated their hateful conduct policy because of me. The funniest thing about this is, ultimately, this doesn't even matter. One of the things that's really funny about this is, obviously, Twitch is stupid. I want you to understand this. Twitch's CEO and Twitch's staff, they're stupid. They're stupid. The reason why they're stupid is they fell for this. This had absolutely no motion. It had absolutely no motion. And I think they were trying to distract from the fact they didn't ban Lakari. pedophile who leaked child porn links for, they didn't permaban him, and they have not banned Tectone, who is another one of their big streamers who openly bots and is been adjudicated a sexual assaulter and stalker. So to distract from that, they're banning Hasan for only a couple days because, again, they're trying to distract from their own failure to moderate their platform from Nazis. Files. I mean, it's absolutely fucking pathetic. And like, as I've said before, I know why Twitch is being cowardly. Twitch is being cowardly because Donald Trump is president and the Republicans control the House and the Senate. And they're trying to stay under the radar. And I understand that. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. If they just go, hey, listen, we're not moderating anything. You know what? I'll take it because the left will be more popular. I'd rather take that than them trying to moderate both us, the right and the left. Okay, that's my personal take. But when they let themselves get psyoped by a Dan Saltzman tweet that has 2,000 likes with bots, I mean, that's just pathetic. I mean, if we look at my posts, I mean, like, it's 2,000 likes is absolutely nothing. Here's me making fun of Tectone. 1.4K. Like, me saying this is cool, 400. Like, it literally is for that. Here's me 5K likes. So I got more than double the likes of the post that got Hasan banned. Like, what are they doing? You all have to build your own network to stream. Okay, this is what I need to explain to everybody. This happens every time either Hasan or I get banned. The reason why we stream on Twitch is because it is a mainstream platform and we are relevant to American mainstream politics now. Our size makes us relevant. They're forced to deal with us because we take up space on the mainstream platform. If I'm forced onto an alternative platform, that would be bad. Does that make sense? And here, I'll try to explain it to you the other way. If we go to Twitch and you go to browse and you go to just chatting and you make sure the language is English, you have a bunch of people watching soccer and then me. Do you understand? Like, that's all you need to know. Honestly, I need to make my title bigger. It's too small. There you go. See, we're trying to make our stream clickable because I'm at the top. See that? And then, like, that is the way it goes. That's how it goes. So unless you're watching soccer, I'm the next biggest. That's bigger than all the booba streamers. That's bigger than all the gamers. That's bigger than all the other famous people, the girls doing yoga, anime avatars. That's why we're on this platform. How long is Hasan's ban? Probably only going to be this weekend. Asmund said heinous shit.
Well, hey, maybe they shouldn't be in front of the car. The thing is that you're never going to convince these people that it's not, okay? Like, it doesn't matter. The only thing you have to do is crush them. You crush them completely. You never go, like, after you say, basically after you run one of them over, right? Or you shoot one of them for trying to run you over, then you victory lap around it and you send in more people and you do it even more. That's the only solution. That you're never going to win these people over. You're never going to explain it to them. You're never going to be like, oh, well, why won't you see my point of view? Because they don't want to. Why not just shoot the tires? So that way you make the car unsafe and some.
So the car, when you shoot the driver, the car becomes unsafe because there's no one controlling it. If you shoot a tire, the driver can still react and slow the car down. You know, just a thought.
Other innocent bystander can get hurt indiscriminately because the person didn't follow the law. Nah, bro, you shoot them right in the face. They said to stop the car. They said not to do this. They said to get out. And she's walking around, driving around. What are you talking about? Absolutely not. You shoot them right in the head.
Now, see, the problem with this kind of argument, of course, is if there's a lot more of us than there are of them, right? There's a lot more people that are opposed to ICE than there are people in ICE and who support ICE in, say, Los Angeles, California. Let's just get down to brass tacks here, all right? And if the way we're going to play it, which is we're just going to try to walk around shooting people once we identify what group they're in, there's going to be a lot more of us than them. That's why you should not advocate for violence if you're Asmongold. Do you understand that? Like, if he advocates for violence, that's going to result in a lot more people that are harmed on the other side than it is on this side, right? And what is then going to end up happening is soldiers are going to start mutinying because they're not going to want to go and shoot their fellow Americans, and they're going to be hated by everybody, and they're going to see the social media, and they're going to see women hating them, and everyone's going to hate their fucking gut, and they're going to be humiliated and ashamed to be in the military, and they're going to mutiny. Do you know how I know that happens? Because that's what happened in Russia under the czars. The only way they can get away with this is if they target a small group of people that people could distance themselves from. But when they start shooting white people on the street and liberals and everybody. See, they were getting away with it for a while there. That's why we protest, because we force them to confront American citizens who disagree with them, and we have constitutional rights. And if they trample on American citizens who have constitutional rights, it becomes very clear that liberals aren't going to be able to hide and stay safe. That's how revolutions are made. Kyle vid on Hasan. Okay, let's watch this.
In fact.
All right, when does he talk about Hasan, chat?
Cheeks. My ass cheeks. Not even close. I need you to understand this. They were literally all liars on the right. Everybody on the right who made it seem like their number one thing was free speech. None of them give a shit about the Constitution. Now they love fascism, they love authoritarianism, they love taking away people's rights as long as they're liberals or leftists. That's the fact of the matter. Now, by the way, we also have this. This is a big deal. But Twitch decided to ban Hasan Piker for a week because Hasan Piker said something, and I can't stress this enough, that is factually true. He said something and he's getting banned for it. So according to Popstanox, the Twitter.
By the way, according to Postanox, that's the point. They are banning you for telling the truth about. They're banning you for telling the truth about the pro-Zionist lobby in America. And most of the people that are Zionists are not Jewish. So who the fuck are you supposedly slurring? America is primarily Christian Zionists from the Deep South Republican Party, evangelicals, who believe anti-Semitically that if all the Jews return to Israel, it'll cause Armageddon. That's what they're trying. They're trying to make their prophecy true by taking Jews and moving them to Israel and then having a nuclear war.
Twitch has banned streamer Hasan Piker for his comments on ICE tracking Alex Preddy. Quote, this is what Hasan said. 2 senior national security officials tell me there are more than a dozen secret watch lists that Homeland Security is using to track protesters, both anti-ICE protesters and pro-Palestinian protesters. Okay? Hasan continues. This is another big suck my dick to all the Israel dick riders out there. You rabid ultra-Zionist pigs. You run around going, why are you tying this back to Palestine? Because this is precisely the same shit, you Israel first monsters. So what he's saying there is, everybody
Sorry
who's getting...
to say this, but your country is owned by Israel. What country are you in? I'm just curious. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just curious. What country are you in? Greece. You are a puppet of the United States. And you know that. I mean, what we did to you in the Greek financial crisis, the U.S. did that to you. You are a puppet of the United States. Therefore, you are also a puppet of Israel. I mean, we interfered. I mean, the Greek Civil War, we supported the fascist collaborators and defeated the socialists. Israel uses Greece as an Air Force base. Yeah, of course. They fly over Greece all the time. Do you think Hasan's stream on YouTube today will be actually bigger than his normal stream on Twitch? No. Unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. And the reason why is because a lot of people rely on alerts. Him having, you know, he usually has his 40,000 people here. So you would have to beat 40,000. Which that might happen. If he breaks 20K, I consider that to be a huge W. If he breaks 30K, he's cooking. If he breaks 40K, that would be insane. Mike, I figured out how to get my Nazi racist father to shut the fuck on Facebook. I just bully him until he deletes his post. Thanks for the inspo. Correct. That's the only way to go. That's literally the only way to go. Not like actually bully, but like confront.
Says he was reporting as a...
I usually will...
The motherfucker is at 23,000 live viewers. Chat, maybe we should do the dual streams. Maybe today is the day we start the dual streams. Holy shit. Asma Gold at 37K and Hasan at 75K. All right, how do you, okay, is there a place, like what's the front page of YouTube streaming? Someone explain to me YouTube streaming. I guess he just pops up on people's recommended, right? 84K watching. Oh my God. Live, you click live, and then I guess it's just people that you've watched before. Oh my God. There's an H3 show going on. Holy hell, dude. He's at 92K, just updated again. I gotta do another screenshot. Holy shit. This is like, he's at 95K. Okay, chat. What we need to do, I remember when I said 20K was a win. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, the only reason I haven't done the YouTube streaming is because if there isn't a bunch of left-wingers on the platform, then what's fucking point. But now that Hasan is doing it, it becomes interesting. It becomes like, oh, maybe we should go on here. Hasan at, I have him at 97. Has he broken 100 yet? 92,000 watching. Where's H3H3? 17K watching. Okay, I don't want to, I'm just going to say you forced him on his platform to compete directly with you. This is fun because the chat is, that's fast. I'm so excited, man. I think that the Zionists are accidentally going to make Hasan more ambitious. The Zionists have accidentally made him more ambitious again. He's got 2 million viewers and he's banned off Twitch. He's got 2 million subscribers and he's banned off Twitch. Where he has another 2 or 3 million what is he at on Twitch? 3 million? So being banned and it being trending on the multiple platforms while also having 3 million followers on 3 million followers, which is, by the way, an all-time high. Chat, I want you to look at this. I want you to look at Hasan's curve. Notice how it had a slight period where there was a bend. That was when we were right on before everybody caught up and everybody was calling him anti-Semitic. And you know what he did? He stood on the right issue. And then when people started to realize he was right, look at how it's back up to climbing again. 450 million hours watched. He's at 94,000 right now. It's not botted. It's reality. And like, I think Twitch, Hasan was the worst mistake they ever could have made. Because if Hasan could get these kind of numbers on YouTube, why the wouldn't he stream on YouTube? They had Hasan exclusively streaming on their site. And as usual, they didn't know what they had.